Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. So I'm just sitting in the car about to leave for the gym. I'm having my second cup of coffee today. That's one of my leg day routines, is to have 2 cups of coffee. Now most of the time these days I'm having 2 cups of coffee because I'm on prep and the calories are a bit lower on that, but year round I try only to have 2 cups of coffee on my leg days. So another routine I have is I always like to wear a cotton t-shirt. So the feeling of training legs in a cotton t-shirt where you sweat that a little bit more, also when the bars on your back for squats, I feel like cotton t-shirt just feels better rather than polyester. I don't know why. Does anyone else do that as well? But I like wearing a t-shirt, not a sleeveless on leg day as well. So today, tough leg day without squats, mainly hamstring dominant. Let's jump straight into it. I overpicked my nails again. Does anyone else do this? Pull off all the skin off their nails. I'm so bad for it. Go fucking look at this sexy man. Look at the uniform and the lot, the notebook. It's just a hub of sexy personal trainers here in Lakeside Retail Park. Back in the gym. Freshly hoovered yesterday. It's the one place I don't mind cleaning and don't mind hoovering. Such a buzz that I get to have every day and that I am really blessed about is owning this place, and I get to look around it and say I have everything in it and I put everything in it myself, and I didn't get any loans or anything. Got a lot of help from an awful lot of people, but it's all my own money. And it's a special feeling knowing that everything in here is yours and you built it from the ground up. However humble it is, I know it's not exactly UP Marbella. And today, like I said earlier, is leg day, so my strongest body part. So I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Alright, so first of all, that was Kevin Lynch out in the car there, who is he's a physio slash personal trainer, physical therapist slash personal trainer. Really smart guy, fellow college dropout like myself, but really smart guy, hardworking guy. I would highly recommend him for injuries. We always say here to all our clients, we don't deal with injuries. Personal trainers get asked about injuries a lot, and in my opinion they talk far too much about fixing fucking injuries. You can fix tightness or you can fix weakness as a personal trainer. You cannot fix an injury, but yes, a lot of personal trainers seem to think they can. But he's a very good physical therapist. It's great to see his business taking off. He's working out of Barry O'Neill's place across the road from us here in Bonco. So optimal training performance. If you want his number, just get in contact with me. But I can vouch for him. The guy is very good. Alright, so before we go into my leg day today, and before I give you the program written out, I'm going to talk about 3 things that I'm going to do today in the leg day. So the first thing about today's leg day is hammer the hamstrings, okay? So a bit of alliteration there to get it to stick in your head. What I want you to do, or what I recommend doing, is hitting your hamstrings in the curl position, where they come up behind you like that, where you curl. So seated leg curl, lying leg curl. You want to train them in that position really hard, okay? At the start of your workout, through a different variety of rep ranges, hammer your hamstrings in the curl position, and that's the key to making your hamstrings bigger and stronger, okay? That's so important. John Meadows is a bodybuilding coach. That's what he recommends, really hard hamstring curl work before doing your squats at the start of your leg day. Charles Poliquin, top strength and conditioning coach, strength coach, sports coach, recommends the same thing, okay? And so that's a bodybuilding coach, and the other end of the spectrum, a strength and conditioning coach, 2 of the best in the world, and they both recommend hamstrings heavy, go at them hard at the start of your leg workouts. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing about today's leg day is it's not a heavy leg day, it's more of a volume leg day. So we're going to train to failure, train with good intensity, but we're not going to be doing any barbell or loading the spine with squats. So no squats today, but you can still train your legs really hard without squats. A lot of people just don't like doing squats, which is fair enough. Obviously, my opinion is that everyone should do them and you should train them really hard. But if you just don't like them and just hate doing them, there's definitely ways around it to build your legs And especially if you have a spinal injury or you have pain in your lower back, you don't unload the spine, there's definitely ways to train your legs really hard still, that you'll make progress in size and strength, and that doesn't involve squats. And this is one of those workouts. This might be very helpful for you. And the third thing was, as we slightly mentioned there, it's a more of a volume based session than intensity. So it's not about a main lift like a squat or a deadlift and trying to get up really heavy or something like that. It's more about short rests and training to failure with sub-maximal loads. So loads that aren't in your maybe 1 to 5 or 1 to 8 rep max, shorter rests, and just train until failure, till you get a big pump on whatever muscle group, quads, glutes, hamstrings you're training. So that's the three things. Hammer your hamstrings in the curl position at the start of your leg workouts, no matter what type of leg workout it is. The second thing is, today's leg workout is without squats. Okay, so you can train hard your legs, get a good pump and make progress without squats. And the third thing then is we're training with a high intensity, so we're going to failure, but it's not with any heavy weight, or it's not in one of the main lifts. Alright, so all ready to pump the quads up, pump the legs up. Like I said before, my strongest body parts, they come in the fastest, they get lean the first out of all my body parts. I'm on cardio now, 40 minutes I'm going to do a day for the last 3 weeks. That's pretty high. 40 minutes a day is pretty high. So 20 before my workout, 20 afterwards is usually how I split it up. Just depends on the days. But the amount of cardio altogether is far more important than whether you like doing it before or like doing it afterwards. But 20 before, 20 afterwards for me is what I'm doing. 6 minutes, start to finish. Alright, so 20 minutes cardio done there before and afterwards. Feel brilliant, feel absolutely brilliant after that session. There's nothing like the endorphins, the feel good after a leg session. It's just magnified so much after training legs because of how hard it is, because how much your heart rate goes up, how much you sweat. You know, leg day is as good as any cardio in terms of getting your heart rate up and really getting blood pumping around the body. So started off with a leg curl, like I was saying, hammer the hamstrings, really work the hamstrings in the curl position early in your workout. Really work them, like drop sets, you know, all the intensity techniques, go to failure, hammer your hamstrings early in the session. It's what the experts recommend, and it's what I've found through my experience to work really, really well for me as well. Then after that, I went with the leg press. Ryan wants an Instagram shout out there as well, so I'll put it up the handle here. Alright, so second in the session was leg press. I haven't done an awful lot of leg pressing, just mostly squatting, but I really like leg pressing lately, the last year of training. I go with a nice narrow stance. That's my ankle flexibility. I'm not blessed with many things gym wise, but I am definitely blessed with ankle flexibility, and you can see in the video how low I can get, how close my feet can get together, and I can still keep my heels on the pad, pump the quads, go to failure, like I said, just 1 minute break. After that, the glute ham raise, such an underrated exercise. People don't do it often enough. Not enough gyms have the glute ham raise. We're big believers in hamstring equipment in this gym. That's why you'll see the 4 or 5 machines we have that a lot of other gyms don't have, because it's very hard to train your hamstrings properly. But alas, back to the glute ham raise. The 3 sets of 15 really burned it out the hamstrings. You can see towards the second and third glute ham raise video that my hamstrings are really pumped up. Then dumbbell RDLs. 1 drop set is all it was, so I did 12 reps of 40 kg dumbbells, then straight away afterwards 12 reps of 30 kg dumbbells, just to finish off the glutes and hamstrings. Lower back got a good pump there as well. Then calves to finish. Nice and simply, 10 or 12 reps, then I moved to 15 partials, then 30-second pause. Did that for 2 sets. Calves on fire, big pump, and my calves have definitely grown. I had calves like sticks. The worst calves you see in the gym, that was me when I started lifting weights, but over the years, especially in the last 2 years, through adding in stretches, pauses in the stretch position, things like that, they've grown a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Good tough leg day that'll help your legs grow without doing squats or the heavy work, high intensity. I'll be back next week with another workout video. I hope you're enjoying these, and don't forget to ask any questions. I'd love to help you out. A good few people are getting back to me on Instagram with questions. I love to help you out. That's the whole point of it. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.